Hi, welcome to our next video lesson number 6, equation of ellipse. So for case 1, given the foci and vertices, find the equation of the ellipse in standard form that has vertices at 0 and negative 5, and 0 and 5, and foci at 0, negative 4, and 0, 4. Sulat mo natin yung mga given. Vertices, 0 and negative 5, 0 and 5. So, ito yung x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. And then yung foci, 0 and negative 4, and 0 and 4. X sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Una ay hahanapin natin yung center by using the midpoint formula. So, iaano natin. Given naman yung vertices. So, ito yon vertices. So, using the midpoint formula, so x is equal to over 2, which is 0. And then y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. So, y sub 1 is 5 plus 5 over 2. So, 0 over 2 is 0. So, therefore, yung center niya is 0. Ibig sabihin, ang gagamitin natin na standard equation is itong x squared over plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, nalaman na natin yung kung saan yung center niya. So, ibig sabihin, h and k is equal to 0. So, alam na natin yung standard form na gagamitin natin. Next naman, hanapin natin yung length ng major axis. So, given naman yung vertices. So, by using the distance formula, d is equal to x sub 1 minus x sub 2. Or pwede naman x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So, yung x sub 2 is 0. So, 0 minus x sub 1, 0 din. Squared plus y sub 2, itong 5, minus itong y sub 1, which is negative 5. So, plus 5. So, magiging 5 plus 5 squared is equal to 10 squared. So, cancel natin to. So, yung distance ng major axis is 10. So, ito yung 2a equals to 10. And then, para mahanap natin yung a, so divide lang natin ito by 2. So, a is equal to 5. So, next naman is hahanapin natin yung distance nung foci from the center. So, given naman yung coordinates ng foci, 0, negative 4, and 0 and 4. So, distance formula ulit. D is equal to x sub 2, so 0, minus x sub 1, so 0 din, squared, plus y sub 2, which is 4, minus y sub 2, which is negative 4, so magiging plus 4, squared. So, cancel out na to. D is equal to square root of 8 squared. So, cancel out ng square root. So, D is equal to 4. So, yung C or 2C is equal to 2C is equal to 8. So, yung C natin, 8 over 2, magiging 4. And again, yung formula natin for foci, C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. So, dito wala yung B squared. So, hanapin natin siya. So, B squared is equal to A squared minus C squared. So, A squared is equal to 5. Ito yung A. So, 5. 5 squared is equal to 25 minus yung B squared or yung C squared. So, ito yung C natin. So, 4 squared is equal to 16. So, 25 minus 16 is equal to 9. So, yung B squared natin is 9. So, nakuha na natin yung A, B, and C. So, A squared is equal to 25. B squared is equal to 9. C squared is equal to 16. Next is gagamitin na natin yung standard form. X squared over A squared plus Y squared over B squared is equal to 1. Pero, syempre, check natin kung nasan ba talaga yung major axis. So, di ba yung vertices, 0 and negative 5. So, 0 sa x-axis. So, ibig sabihin, nasa y-axis yung major axis, yung longer segment. Ibig sabihin, yung x squared, ang kapartner niya is yung b squared. So, yung b squared is itong 9 plus y squared, kapartner niya yung a, yung major axis, which is 25 equals to 1. So, ito yung final standard equation natin. So, meron akong pangalawang solution. So, kung makalimutan mo yung mga formula na ito or hindi mo alam yung mga formula na yon, so, try natin i-graph. So, yan. Try natin siyang i-graph. So, yung vertices daw ay nasa 0 and negative 5. So, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So, ito yung unang vertex. And then, yung pangalawa is 0 and 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, dito. Ito yung major axis. Dahil ito yung vertices. So, major axis. And then, yung foci, 0 and negative 4. So, yung foci naman ay laging collinear with the major axis. 0, negative 4. Ibig sabihin, itong length na ito yung 2a. So, bilangin natin. So, kung 5 ito, a is equal to 5, a is equal to 5. So, yung 2a is equal to 10. And then, yung foci, yung C, distance from the center to the focus, C is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, 4. And then, yun na. Nahanap natin yung A, and then yung C. Then, apply na natin ulit yung sa Pythagorean theorem. So, A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. So, para mahanap natin yung B squared, so, A squared minus C squared. So, A squared, so, ayan na yung A, 5, 25, minus C squared, so, yung C natin is 4, magiging 16. So, V is equal to 9. So, parang ganun lang din. So, halimbawa lang na makalimutan mo yung form in distance formula, so, ayun, ganyan yung gagawin mo. Given na yung A, B, and C, so, direct sub lang natin ulit sa standard equation, x squared over, so, since yung minor axis natin ay nasa x-axis, so, yung B squared is a partner nung x-axis, etong 9, plus y squared over yung a squared, which is 25. So, ito yung 5 squared. So, 25 is equal to 1. So, ganun lang din. So, another example, ganun lang din yung gagawin. So, given yung vertices and yung foci. So, distance formula ulit or yung midpoint formula muna para mahanap natin yung center. So, x is equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2. And then yung y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. So, gagamitin natin yung ordinates no vertices. So, x sub 1, which is negative 7, plus x sub 2, 1, over 2. Magiging negative 6 over 2. So, negative 6 over 2 is negative 3. And then, y sub 1, which is 5, ito. And then, plus y sub 2, 5 over 2. So, 10 over 2 is equal to 5. So, ito yung coordinates no center. So, 3 and 5. Negative 3 and 5. So, h is negative 3. K is positive 5. So, yung gagamitin natin na standard form is yung x squared or x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, yun yung gagamitin natin. So, next natin na gagawin is to find the length of the major axis. A distance formula ulit is equal to x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So, d is equal to x sub 2, which is 1, minus x sub 1 minus 7 squared plus y sub 2, so 5, minus y sub 2, y sub 1, which is 5 squared. So, maka-cancel out na to. So, d is equal to square root of 8 squared. So, d or yung 2a is equal to, so, cancel na to and cancel na to, d 8. And then, yung a natin, divided by 2, magiging 4. And then, to find the c, so ayan, given naman yung foci ulit, distance formula lang, t is equal to, yan, x sub 2, 0 minus negative 6, so magiging positive 6 squared plus y sub 2, so 5, minus y sub 1, which is 5 ulit, squared. So, cancel out na to. So, d is equal to square root of 6 squared. So, d or 2c is equal to 6. Ma-cancel out na to and cancel out na yan. So, c is equal to 6 over 2 is equal to 3. And then, to find the b, semi-minor axis, so b squared is equal to a squared minus c squared. So, b squared is equal to a squared, which is 4 squared, 16, minus c squared, so ito yung c squared, 3 squared is equal to 9. So, yung b squared natin is equal to 7. So, direct sub na natin. So, alam na natin yung center. Alam na natin yung a squared and b squared. So, x minus, yung h natin is negative 3. So, magiging positive 3 squared over, and then yung a squared, which is 4, or 4 squared is equal to 16, plus y minus, yung k natin is 5, squared over b squared is equal to 7, is equal to 1. So, kung i-graph natin yan, yung mga given na points, so, negative 7, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, negative 7 and 5. And then, 1 and 5. So, 1 and 5. Ito yung vertices. And then, yung foci niya, negative 6. Ito yung negative 6. And then, 5. And 0 and 5. So, ito. So, obviously, ito ay isang horizontal ellipse. Center niya is negative 3 and 5. Falling niya with the center and foci yung vertices. So, kaya siya ay isang horizontal ellipse. Kaya, ipinartner natin tong 16 na to sa x. And then, yung mas maliit na, or mas, yung shorter segment, yung 7, sa y-axis. So, dito. So, ito yung final answer natin.
For case number 2, given the endpoints of the major and minor axis, ito yung example. given yung major axis or yung endpoints ng major axis and yung endpoints ng minor axis. So, una natin gagawin is hanapin natin yung center by using the midpoint formula. So, midpoint formula using the endpoints of major axis. Dahil collinear naman yung major axis with the center. So, yung formula, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2 and yung y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. So, substitute natin yung values ng x sub 1 and x sub 2. So, yung x sub 1 is itong negative 1. Then, plus x sub 2, itong 9 over 2. And then, yung y sub 1, itong 4. Plus y sub 2, itong 4 ulit. Over 2. So, simplify lang natin. Negative 1 plus 9 is equal to 8 over 2. Magiging 4. Then, 4 plus 4 over 2 is 4. Ito yung coordinates nung center. Ito yung H and K. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung major axis natin ay nakaparallel with the x-axis. So, yung center natin nasa 4 and 4. And then, yung major axis nasa negative 1 and 4. And then, 9 and 4. Obviously, siyang horizontal ellipse. So, yung gagamitin natin na standard formula is yung x minus h squared over a squared. So, kapartner ng a squared or yung major axis is yung x minus h squared plus y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, next naman is hahanapin natin yung length ng semi-major axis or yung a using the distance formula. So, gagamitin natin yung points nung center. So, ito, yung center. And then, yung one of the endpoints nung major axis. So, kahit na anong gamitin natin sa dalawa, so same lang naman yan dahil equal naman sila. Symmetrical naman yung major axis. So, in distance formula, square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So, yung x sub 2, itong 4, minus x sub 1. So, gamitin natin itong negative 1 and 4. So, yung x sub 1 is negative 1. So, nagiging positive 1 squared plus y sub 2, y sub 2. So, to 4 minus y sub 1. So, 4 ulit squared. So, D or yung A natin, yung semi-major axis. So, square root of 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Squared plus, cancel na to, so 0. So, A is equal to square root of 5 squared. So, cancel na yon. So, matitira is yung 5. A is equal to 5. Then, pag hinanap natin yung A squared, so 5 squared is equal to 25. So, next na hanapin natin is yung semi-minor axis. So, ang gagamitin natin ulit is yung distance formula using the coordinates of center and then yung isa sa endpoints no minor axis. So, either sa dalawa na to. So, gamitin natin itong 4 and 1. So, yung distance formula, x sub 1, x sub 2, itong 4, minus x sub 1, so 4 ulit, squared, plus y sub 2, so ito, yung 4, minus y sub 1 is 1 squared. So, t is equal to, so ito, maka-cancel out na to. So, square root of 4 minus 1 is 3 squared. So, t is equal to, cancel na to, cancel na yung squared. T is equal to 3. So, ito yung B, yung semi-major or semi-minor axis, 3. So, yung pag nahanap yung b squared is equal to 3 squared is equal to 9. So, nahanap natin yung a squared and then yung b squared. So, pwede na natin siyang substitute doon sa standard form. So, yung gagamitin natin, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, is x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, ang final answer natin is, so, sabi ko is, ito siyang horizontal ellipse. So, magiging x minus, yung h niya is 4 over a squared, so 25, plus, squared pa na natin to, plus y minus k, k is 4 din, over b squared is 9, squared is equal to 1. Ano yung final answer natin. For case number 3, given the foci and the eccentricity. So, dito, given yung endpoints nung foci, yung negative 5 and 3, and negative 3 and 3. And then, yung eccentricity is 1/3. So, 1/3 to. So, una natin gagawin is, hanapin natin yung mid, yung center. So, since yung foci naman is collinear with center, so, hanapin natin yung midpoint nung foci. So, para mahanap yung midpoint ng foci, yung midpoint formula, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, then y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Endpoints ng foci. X sub 1 is negative 5 plus x sub 2, which is negative 3 over 2. And then, y sub 1, itong 3 plus y sub 2, 3 over 2. So, simplify lang natin. Negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8 over 2. And 3 plus 3 over 2 is 6 over 2. So, finally, simplify natin pa. Magiging negative 4 and 3. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung coordinates nung foci ay pareho. So, 3 parehong 3. Ibig sabihin, ay nakaparallel siya with the x-axis. So, again, isa siyang horizontal ellipse. So, ang gagamitin natin is yung x minus h squared over a squared. So, yung a squared ay yung kapartner niya yung x minus h squared. So, nahanap na natin yung center, which is negative 4 and 3. Ito yung h and k. So, next natin na gagawin is yung distance ng foci from the center. So, denoted by C. So, para mahanap yon using the distance formula again. So, yung center natin, x sub 1, y sub 1. Or x sub 2, y sub 2 na lang. So, x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So, gagamitin natin yung x sub 1 nung kahit saan dito sa foci nung endpoints ng foci ng ellipse. So, gamitin natin itong 3 and 3. So, 3 and 3. So, C is equal to square root of x sub 2, itong negative 4, minus x sub 1, which is negative 3. So, ito yun, negative 3. So, magiging positive 3 squared plus y sub 2, itong 3 minus y sub 1 itong 3 ulit. Squared. So, maka-cancel out to. So, yung length ng semi-minor or nung foci is equal to square root of negative 1 squared. Then, yung c is equal to, cancel out na to, negative 1. So, since wala naman distance sa negative, equivalent lang siya sa 1. The next is yung, given naman yung eccentricity which is 1/3. So, gamitin natin yung SEA para mahanap natin yung A. So, yung A is equal to C over E. So, yung C is 1 over yung E which is 1/3. 1/3. So, magiging 3 over 1. So, C is equal to, or A is equal to 3. And then, mahanap natin yung B. So, B squared is equal to A squared minus C squared. B squared is equal to, yung A squared natin is 3. 3 squared, so magiging 9. Minus, C squared is equal to 1 squared. So, 1 squared. So, 1 lang din yan. So, B squared is equal to 8. Yun, nahanap na natin yung B squared and yung A squared. So, A squared is equal to 9. So, direct na lang, direct substitution. Direct substitution na lang, x minus h. Yung h natin is negative 4. So, magiging plus 4 squared over a squared, which is 9, plus y minus k. So, yung k natin is 3. 3 yan. Squared over b squared. So, yung b squared natin is 8 is equal to 1. That is our final answer. Equations of ellipse in general form to standard form and vice versa. For example, write the equation x plus 4 squared over 9 plus y minus 3 squared over 8 is equal to 1 to general form. Sulat muna natin yung given. X plus 4 squared over 9 plus y minus 3 over 8 squared is equal to 1. So, una natin gagawin is multiply natin yung both side by LCD ng dalawang denominator. So, yung LCD nila is 72. Then, distribute natin yung LCD. So, 72 over 9 is equal to 8 times x plus 4 squared plus 72 over 8 is equal to 9. 9y minus 3 squared is equal to 1 times 72 is 72. And then, i-expand natin yung binomials. 8 times x plus 4 squared magiging x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus 9 times y squared minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 72. And then, didistribute na natin itong 8 and 9. So, magiging 8x squared plus 64x plus 128. So, 8 times 16, 128 plus 9y squared minus 54y plus 81. Equal to or 72. And then, yung general form. So, naalala nyo yung general form. Yung x squared plus y squared plus dx plus dy plus f is equal to 0. So, unahin muna natin yung x squared, yung may x squared. So, 8x squared plus y squared. Ito yun. So, 9y squared. And then, yung dx, 64x. And then, yung so minus 54y plus yung constant natin, 128 plus 81 minus 72. So, lipat natin ito sa kabilang side para ma-simplify yung mga constant. Then, yung final answer natin is 8x squared plus 9y squared plus 64x minus 54y plus, so 128 plus 81 minus 72 is 137 equals to 0. So, ito yung general form ng given natin. So, for last example, illustration number 6, write the equation 21x squared plus 25y squared minus 168 minus 200y plus 211 is equal to 0 in standard form. So, ito naman, given is yung general form. So, ito transform natin siya sa standard form. Sulat na natin ulit yung given 21x squared plus 25y squared minus 168x minus 200y plus 211 equal to 0. Next is, ililipat lang natin yung constant to the right. 21x squared plus 25y squared minus 168x minus 200y equal to negative 211. So, next is, i-group natin yung x's and y group. So, yung grupo ng 21x squared is yung negative 168 plus 25y squared minus 200y equal to negative 211. And then, ilalabas lang natin itong 21, ngayon 25, 21x squared, so 168 divided by 21 is equal to 8, 8x, plus, labas din natin yung 25, tira is yung y squared, minus 200 divided by 25 is 8, y equal to negative 211. And then, dito na ulit papasok yung completing the square method. So, sa completing the square method, hahanapin natin yung third term ng x and y group. So, again, para mahanap natin yung third term, i-divide natin yung coefficient ng middle term and then i-square natin. So, yung dito sa x group, yung middle term is negative 8x. Coefficient niya is negative 8 divided by 2, then squared. So, negative 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Then 4 squared is equal to 16. So, plus 16. Ang kabilang i-add natin is, so, hindi lang siya dapat 16 dahil may nakalabas na 21 dito. So, 21 times 16 is equal to 336. And then, dito naman, yung middle term niya is 8 din. So, negative 8 divided by 2 squared is equal to 16 din. So, 16 yun dito. Then, yung sa kabilang side dito ay 25 times 16 is equal to 400. So, next is, transform natin ulit to sa perfect square binomial. So, 21. So, una natin gagawin is, i-square root natin yung x squared, yung first term. So, square root ng x squared is x. And then, yung square root ng 16 is 4. And then, follow the sign of the middle term, which is negative 4. Which is negative So, x minus 1 minus 4 squared plus 25. Then, square root ng y squared is y. Then, square root ng 16 is 4 ulit. Then, you follow the sign of the middle term, which is negative. Squared. Then, yung total nito, which is 525. 525. So, next is, i-divide natin both sides by 525 para maging 1 to. Magiging 1 over 525 times 21 x minus 4 squared plus 25 times y minus 4 squared is equal to 1. And then, simplify lang natin. 21 over 525 is equal to 25. So, magiging x minus 4 squared over 25 plus 25 over 525 is equal to 21. Magiging y minus 4 squared over 21 is equal to 1. So, this is the final